Hi guys, this is Naren Zaid with the final game of the Unplugged GT 2015. This puts me against Rob Allison, who is playing the same list as I am, sans the Doom Rocket guy with the Iron Curse icon, and adding a shield to his Battle Standard Bearer. As you can see here for deployment, we have almost an identical deployment. I have a unit of rats, Doom Wheel, another unit of rats, my gutter runners. His gutter runners are all the way to the right in that forest there. You can see I have slaves, my bunker, my storm vermin, my hell pit, and then my warp lightning cannons are there. And you can see my gutter runners right here. In the upper left, he has a unit of gutter runners basically behind that impassable. Is a warp lightning cannon, his hell pit, his storm vermin, slaves, another warp lightning cannon, a rat dart, more slaves, a doom wheel, and another unit of rats. So here's just another little angle. So I go first because I drop first and I won with +1. You can see I move up my rat dart a little bit here on the right. I move my doom wheel directly at his gutter runners. I push up a little bit with my storm vermin, and I push up all my bunkers a little bit. Now the only difference here is we have the same spells. We both have Plague, 13th, Wither, and Poison attacks. Both of our guys with condensers have Warp Lightning, except he has Death Frenzy on his other caster, and I have Scorch. Now I only moved up to hopefully distract away and make him come towards me, but I'm just going to keep backing up because I need to minimize him getting Death Frenzy, and I need to Scorch him as much as possible because I have a ranged advantage, so that's what I should do. I move my hell pit up like so. I'm about 14 inches away from his hell pit, and he activated the storm banner on his turn, obviously. So we go to the here's just another view of his gutter runners with my doom wheel. We go to the magic phase, and I believe I throw Plague, he dispels it. No, I'm sorry, I throw Scorch, he dispels it. I throw Plague, and he dispel scrolls it. So we move on to his turn, and he moves like so with his Doom Wheel and his other units. His Storm Banner turns off, so I activate mine. He moves his Gutter Runners a little bit over there on the left. No, sorry, he does not. He moves them back. And what he does is he tries to hit my Hell Pit with his Hell Pit and falls short by about 2 or 3 inches. So I'm really looking forward to that. We're on to his magic phase. In his magic phase, he throws some dice at Plague, and I stop it. And he uses Power Scroll and eats his Warpstone token and throws 13th and gets it irresistibly. Kills a bunch of, I think, 20 Storm Riven there. And I pass my panic check. But this is bad news for me, obviously. I'm down plenty of Storm Vermin, and he has the combat advantage. So I need big things from my Hell Pit here. His Doom Wheel elects to it does fire. No, it doesn't fire. It doesn't fire, it does nothing. So that's what we're looking at right there. One of his cannons can't shoot, and the other one fires and misses. So we go to my turn. I charge his Doom Wheel with my Rat Dart in the flank because they were frenzied because he killed my Packmaster with his poison shots from his gutter runners. So I flank charge his Doom Wheel. I charge my gutter runners here into the flank of his Rat Dart, and I smash my Hell Pit into his Hell Pit. The Storm Banner continues, by the way. In the magic phase here, I go ahead and I throw Scorch on his unit of Storm Vermin, and it goes off, and it kills a couple of them, and he passes his panic check, and then I throw Plague. I did this in the wrong order, but oh well. And Plague goes off, and I roll too high, and he can't dispel it with his dice. So I kill all those Storm Vermin that you see there. I kill plenty. There's only like 5 left, and he passes his leadership 7. Plague goes off on his unit behind that of Bannerman, and I kill them down to the 2 characters. He fails almost every He fails almost everyone. There's like 10 left. And then Plague stops. We go to my shooting phase, and I try to Doom Rocket those remaining Storm Vermin. However, I overshoot, and then that's where I kill the rest of that bunker. So I didn't just plague them all off, and he failed like, 30 tests. He failed like 15, and then the Doom Rocket killed the rest. In the shooting phase, I try to shoot his cannons, but to no avail. The Doom Wheel hits the Gunner Runners and shoots off like 2 or 3 of them. And we go to close combat over here. My Doom Wheel kills his Gutter Runners and runs the last one down. My Rat Dart beats the Doom Wheel. He rolls 1 on his grind, rolls a 1 to wound, and does no wounds with his 2d6 strength 2s. I managed to do 1 wound to him. So he loses by 3 and fails his break check, and I run him down. It was less. It wasn't that unlikely, but it was certainly unlikely enough to where I was pleasantly surprised. I expected to possibly tie or hold him up, but to run him down was just great. He ran 6 inches, and I pursued him 6. So you can see this combat here with the Gutter Runners. I kill his unit, I run them down, and I overrun into the Storm Vermin. Now this, I think, is actually one of the secret, most important moments in the game, and I'll explain why on his turn. And over here with the Hell Pit fight, I have the advantage with the D6 impact hits. I do 3 wounds. We both do Avalanche of Flesh. He does 1 wound to me, and I do another one to him. So he has 4 or 5 wounds on him, and I have 1 left. Here's just a look at our Gunner Runners facing off. Neither one of us doing any wounds there. Moving on to his turn, you can see here on the right he pops out. He pops his characters over into that unit of slaves right there. He turns to face his Storm Vermin, or no, his Storm Vermin are sitting there. He goes to his magic phase. He goes to Plague. I stop it, and he gets off a Warp Lightning and kills. No, he doesn't get off Warp Lightning this turn. Oh yes, he does. He Warp Lightnings my Storm Vermin and kills a couple of those guys. I stop everything else of consequence. During his shooting phase, he goes and tries to shoot my Storm Vermin with 1. And no, he tries to shoot my cannon. Yeah, he tries to shoot my Storm Vermin with the right one and doesn't do anything. And he tries to hit my cannon with the one on the left that can see my cannon. It also does nothing. We go to the close combat phase, and my Helpit gets Avalanche again. I do 2 wounds to him. He does 3, but my 2 wounds kill him, and he doesn't come back to life. In the combat with the Storm Vermin, his Warlord goes first, kills 3 of the Gutter Runners, but I have poison attacks, and I'm touching like 3 guys on his Doom Rocket guy. So I put all my attacks on the Doom Rocket guy and kill him. Him not having his Doom Rocket and me taking out like 30 slaves with my Doom Rocket, I think is a big tipping point just in the numbers game. So I lose, and he doesn't pursue me because he doesn't want to get hit by the Hellpit, obviously, and my 1 Gutter Runner runs away. We go to my turn, and I pop over here on the left with my Hellpit to avoid the cannon fire. I do not rally my other guy, and I stay like so with my Storm Vermin, and I just reposition a little bit. We go to my magic phase, and I Plague again, and I get rid of... no, I don't Plague again, I apologize. I Scorch, and I kill one of his Storm Vermin. He passes Panic check, and that's all I'm able to get off. You can see my Frenzied Ratmen charge the side of his bunker. In the shooting phase, I hit and wound his cannon and do 1 wound to it. My shooting kills 1 of the Gutter Runners, but they hold. And my Doom Wheel shoots and kills a couple slaves. In the close combat phase, my Rat Dart dies and runs away, and that's all that happens. On his turn, he moves his Warlord behind the impassable terrain there. He charges his Gutter Runners into my Hellpit to try and do the last 2 wounds. And he faces those slaves to hit my Doom Wheel, so I can't just run into his bunker. In his magic phase, he gets the dreaded 13th off. I stop Plague, he gets... No, I apologize. He he casts Plague, I stop it, and he's 5 dice for 13th. I let him roll it, and he doesn't get it. He gets a 24 instead of a 25. He shoots his Warp Lightning Cannon at my Storm Vermin unit and pops a whole bunch of them, as you can see here. I believe he also shoots them again and kills... No, he shoots at my cannon again and does 1 wound to it, I believe. The Storm Vermin pass their leadership 7. This is just on my turn. You can see my movement here. I move these... my help hit killed the gun runners, by the way, and took no wounds, or 1 wound. My gun runners move up like so. Whole plot there is to shoot those 2 Storm Vermin off the board. I move my Storm Vermin up because I'm not afraid of those slaves. If he wants to charge my Storm Vermin and my Warlord, I will happily take that. The Doom Wheel rockets by his slaves and up to the edge of the board to go down the line and hit the cannons. And this is just another shot of that. And here, this shows my movement on the right-hand side here. Yep, there's my rat dart. So during the magic phase, I attempt to cast Plague on his unit, and it goes off, and I kill a couple more guys. It does not bounce. We go to the shooting phase, and I attempt to shoot his cannon off. Doesn't work. Try to shoot his cannon again. Doesn't work. So we're both not having the best luck with cannons here. We don't have any close combat, so we go to his turn. On his turn, he moves all of his characters into that slave bunker because he knows that it's not long for this world. He shoots both of his Warp Lightning Cannons at my Warlord. I'm sorry, we go to the magic phase. He casts Dreaded 13th on my bunker here, and it goes off, and he kills a handful, but like 8 or so, and that's it, really. No, I'm sorry. He goes against Plague, I dispel it. He tries to cast Dreaded 13th again and fails by 1. We go to his shooting phase, and he attempts to put both shots on my Warlord, but he either doesn't wound or I make my 4 aboard. Told you he's impervious to cannonballs. And that's that. During my turn 5, I move my Doom Wheel into his Warp Lightning Cannon and make it. I move those gutter runners up to where his other cannon is, and that's that. During the magic phase, I throw... Oh, and I charge my Bonebreaker into that unit of just slaves. I throw a couple dice at Plague, and he stops it, and then I Power Scroll 13th and kill 18 guys out of his bunker. So there's like 10 guys left in that bunker with his Grey Seer and his BSB and 2 other characters. In the shooting phase, I don't have anything to shoot at with my cannons because my gunner runners pop his cannon and the Doom Wheel is going to blow up his other cannon. We go to close combat. He challenges with his champion in the slave unit, and I win that combat, but they stick on a leadership 10. And yep, that's where I pop the cannon. So he charges his Bonebreaker at my Bonebreaker and fails, unfortunately. In the magic phase, he casts 13th. He goes against Plague, dispel it. He throws 5 dice at 13th. It goes off. He kills some guys out of my bunker, but it doesn't do anything. And that's it for his turn. We go to my turn. On my turn, I turn this Doom Wheel and hit him in the back with his bunker, or hit him in the flank with his bunker. It was positioned a little bit. This might be the turn before, but his bunker was turned in such a way that my Doom Wheel hit him in the flank, and he just called it there because I killed like 2 or 3 guys with my Warp Lightning shots from the Doom Wheel, and with D6 impact hits in the flank and all that, he knew that it wasn't going to go well. So it's a big 20-0 win for Narenzaid, and that puts me at 82 points for the whole tournament. So I'm feeling very happy, very pleased. I'll do a wrap-up video, and I'll let you guys know how I did overall and what I thought of the Unplugged GT. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Thanks for watching.